I'm Rebecca. This is my forest garden. Here we are in the front, which is really our other spot that gets the most sun on our property. So it's kind of just like a different ecosystem out here. When we moved into the house, there really was just like a lot of overgrown shrubbery along the house, probably 30-40 years old, and so most of it we had removed. We had a big landscaping project, and so I really like how that turned out, because we have these hollies here which kind of provide some foundation, and then we have these abelias. These are here in front of the hollies, and then they kind of go around. And those are really pretty, like in late summer, fall. They flower out and attract a lot of bees, so that's cool. So when we had that landscaping project done, the designer did put creeping phlox kind of around this path, and that replaced liriope grass, which I hated it. I still hate it. I'm trying to get rid of it all over the property where it still is. I was a little nervous about creeping, but I think so the phlox, it does need some maintenance, but it started out in just clumps where they were separated, and obviously now it's like totally grown together. These are forget-me-nots. These, I think I just had like a random seed packet, and I think it was like several years old, and I just was looking for something to put right here. So I just scattered them here just to be like, let's see what happens. Well, this is what happened. So you can see here, all these like little seed pods. And so these are annual plants, but they self-seed like very aggressively. And so I actually kind of love them right here. And I really like how they look against the phlox when that's in bloom. But they are like starting to like spread themselves to other areas. So I'm probably gonna like just pull these out today because like I still have those over there. And I don't want these to just like take over this whole area. I'm trying to kind of build out like some like a flower bed here. This is like a really challenging area. This is like the wettest spot that we have, and it's kind of always like really damp and almost flooded sometimes. And I think it's because we have these drain pipes, some of the ground covers, both native and non-native, that just love water. They just kind of like take over this whole area, and it's just like a little bit too much. It makes it kind of hard to manage. So I kind of feel like we need to redo this a little bit, and maybe even like dig out these water pipes just to kind of change the way that water is being distributed. It used to be just we had these peonies around the lamppost, and I'm pretty excited. You can see they're just buds right now, but they're just about ready to pop open. And so peonies is really one of my favorite flowers too, so I'm very excited for peony season. But all of the rest of this bed that kind of surrounds me right now is something, basically I put it in last year. And so it's new. I'm kind of still building it out. This is a gray owl juniper. This is a native evergreen shrub, and it's doing really well. When it started, it was about the size of this other one that I just put in this year, just to kind of give it some balance. I thought really having one is not enough, so I added this other one, which is just starting out now, but I think hopefully that one does well also, and kind of like creates that kind of balance of native shrubs. I've got some yarrow, which I love. Akalea is the other name for it. It's this kind of like feathery perennial there. It's a host plant for butterflies. It's just about ready to flower, but maybe next month. This is going to be a phlox. I forget what color that's going to be, but I planted that last year. This I'm very excited about. This is a hibiscus, which I always just thought you know, that's a tropical plant, I can't do that. But there's a ton of sun here. It's actually pretty wet right here, just like it is kind of across the sidewalk there. I think some of the moisture kind of travels over here. So I think actually this is gonna do really well. Along the driveway, I'm trying to put some of the flowers that really do well in kind of like a prairie setting. So like yarrow should do well there, lupine should do well there, verbena should do well there. I think like Beatrice is the name of it. And they just like those plants that just like shoot up big stems full of flowers, and the bees and butterflies love them. And so they do well in like kind of dry soil and lots of sun, and there's like a ton of gravel. Like the soil is bad along the driveway, but some plants actually kind of thrive in that environment. I've gotten some native asters and cardinal flowers from different native plant sales around our area, which I'm very excited about, and so I have some of those plugs already planted there. Behind me, it's the Gatsby pink hydrangeas, and they're budding, so I'm excited to see when they, you know, really flower out later in the season. I've got a couple roses over there. I've got a knockout, so kind of standard landscaping plant, but behind that I've got a Carolina rose, which is a native rose, and so it gets enough. It's really shaded right now, but it gets enough sun so that those do actually do pretty well. It's mid-May, back in the forest garden, although we're really just in the suburban front yard right now. Here's what the hibiscus is looking like now. The hibiscus is kind of like a fall bloomer, like in like August-ish, so I'm just happy that it's got those nice looking leaves on it right now. Delphinium here, these should bloom a nice pink. It looks like they're getting closer, like maybe a couple weeks on those. The geraniums are early bloomers. I think they're kind of coming to the end of their season. I don't know if you're supposed to deadhead them or not. Here is the wandflower, which has really shot up and is like almost as tall as I am since I think the last time we took a video. Achillea plant, which is also called yarrow, is going insane. Hopefully in like a couple of days these buds will burst forth in some color, but right now it just looks like kind of a monstrosity, and I'll probably end up moving this plant because I think it's really overgrowing this space. Dug a little trench with my hand I don't know, about a week ago, and I just sprinkled the seeds and here they are. So looking forward to having some zinnias here as the summer goes on.